I ranked every major no-code iPhone app builder from worst to best. And to make this fair, I rebuilt the exact same app using tools like FlutterFlow, Adalo, Replit, and even more. Same idea, same requirements, and by the end, one tool stood above the rest. I hear people saying that it's easier than ever to build an iPhone app, and this is partially true. I've personally launched 3 apps to the App Store, but most people don't need a basic app builder. They need something that they can actually launch. So what this means is they need a tool that can provide good design, enough flexibility to provide real features, and an actual path to the App Store. So that's what I tested. I used the same sample app for every platform to keep things equal, a content idea generator for creators. You enter a niche, the app generates 10 content ideas. You can save favorites and regenerate new ones at any time. This is simple enough to build quickly, but just complex enough to expose weak platforms fast. Every tool was judged based off of 5 things. Speed. How fast could I get working screens live? Flexibility. How much control did I actually have? Design. Does the interface actually feel like a real app? Features. Can it handle data like APIs, users, or complex logic? Shipping. Can I actually ship this to the App Store? Because if I can't launch it, I can't get it in front of users, and what am I even doing? For the ranking tiers, S tier, I would use this platform to ship an actual product. A tier is strong with some trade-offs. B tier is good enough, but there's some friction. C tier, it works, but it's a little bit painful. And F tier is a total waste of time. Let's start at the bottom, get that out of the way. Starting with Rork. I had heard great things about Rork, but during onboarding, I hit 2 separate authorization errors. That is pretty brutal for a no-code platform. If your onboarding doesn't work, why would I trust the rest of the platform? For that reason, Rork lands in F tier. Adalo started strong. There was a smooth onboarding, a nice chat setup, then it generated editable screens inside a visual canvas, kind of like Figma or Canva. You can edit branding, screens, and even the database structure. But once I looked deeper, I hit the ceiling very quickly. Advanced customization, speed, and the polish that makes it feel like a real app felt really limited. It seems like it would be great for beginners, but less so for serious products. I'm gonna put Adalo in B tier. And this is where it started to get interesting. The next tools that I used were actually pretty good. Glide impressed me immediately. It had a fast onboarding, a clean UI, a strong builder experience. I described the app and it generated some really good looking screens in a few seconds. It also has automations, which means triggers and actions. For example, if a new user signs up, it could send them a welcome email. This matters because real apps need workflows like this that can trigger actual logic, not just pretty screens. Glide is polished, fast, and pretty capable. For that, I'm putting it in A tier. Bubble was kind of the opposite experience. It has massive power and a huge amount of customization. And if we were grading on flexibility alone, this would be in an S tier. But the generated app that it created looks pretty rough, and the builder experience felt kind of overwhelming. Just because something can do everything doesn't mean that the user interface is cleanly organized or easy to navigate. For this reason, I'm putting Bubble in a C tier. Now, FlutterFlow was the first platform that I actually felt like, I think I could actually build a real product with this. It had smooth onboarding, fast generation, strong customization, excellent component browser. Even changing the visual theme was easy. I just described a vibe that I was going for, and it updated the whole app style. One thing to note though, is it does use an external database, such as Supabase or Firebase. You bring your own. But honestly, in my opinion, this is a strength for this platform. A database is such an important part of an app's architecture that leaving it to dedicated database providers is probably the best move. FlutterFlow really had the best balance of speed, design, controllability, and shippability. For that, I'm putting this in an S tier. Now, Replit has taken a different approach. There's not a traditional canvas. Instead, it behaves more like ChatGPT for app building. You describe the features, and it builds them as you're having a conversation with it. And the result was actually pretty solid. Mine included a working API. You can also instantly preview the app on your phone by just scanning a QR code. And as the AI models improve, this style of building may become more dominant. So for now, I'm gonna place this in A tier. Now, Lovable isn't really an iPhone app builder. It builds progressive web apps that can be installed like apps. So I included it because it's a really popular tool. The chat builder was really solid. The design was surprisingly good, but for functionality, it stayed pretty basic. And without any true native iOS workflows, this tool stays pretty limited. For that reason, I'm putting this in a C tier. So after rebuilding the same app over and over, here's the final rankings. Most of these tools technically can help you build an app, but only a few can help you build an actual product. Those two things are very different. If you wanted to launch something real today, I'd use FlutterFlow. And it's also worth noting I'm not being paid by any of these companies. This was purely just a curiosity project to see what's out there for these no-code app building tools in 2026. And if you have an idea for the next AI tool or workflow that you'd like me to dig into, make sure to drop it below, and I'll see you in the next one.